The sky was clear over the city when the first strange signal appeared. It was not loud, not bright, but it was impossible to ignore. Scientists in observatories across the world froze as their instruments blinked wildly. The signal did not come from the Moon or Mars or any human satellite. It came from somewhere far beyond the known solar system. At first, people thought it was just another glitch. But then the skies began to change. A silver shape appeared, small at first, far above the clouds. It moved too fast to be any plane or drone. And then, without warning, it stopped in mid-air, hovering silently over the horizon. In a small apartment overlooking the city, Dr. Ayaan Malik, an astrophysicist, watched the readings on his screen. His heart raced. He had spent years studying the stars, searching for life beyond Earth, but this was unlike anything he had ever imagined. The shape in the sky was not a comet. It was not a meteor. It had form, design, intelligence. The news spread quickly. Social media exploded with blurry photos and shaky videos. People argued. Some said it was a government experiment. Some said it was a hoax. But no one could explain the strange signals that accompanied it. Messages that seemed almost alive. In a quiet park on the other side of the city, a young boy named Sammy noticed the object too. He had never cared much about science, but now he could not look away. The air around the shape seemed to shimmer. Birds circled nervously. The wind shifted, carrying a faint hum that no one else could hear. Sammy felt a strange warmth in his chest, like the sky itself was speaking to him. Governments moved quickly. Military jets scrambled. Radar systems lit up. Yet no one dared to approach the silver shape. It was careful. It moved, but not like a missile or a fighter. It moved like a living creature, watching, waiting, studying. Inside the International Space Observatory, Dr. Malik's team discovered something even stranger. The signal was directed and not random. It was a message, and it was meant for a single point on Earth. When Malik traced the coordinates, his jaw dropped. The location was not a city, not a lab, not a palace. It was a small village in the mountains. And there, according to centuries of local legend, lived a man known only as humanity's living god. The idea seemed impossible. How could a person, ordinary in appearance, attract the attention of something from the stars? Malik tried to reason scientifically, but even his trained mind hesitated. He sent messages to the authorities, warning them, but they dismissed it at first. A single human? Impossible. Meanwhile, in the village, the living god, known simply as Arman, went about his day as usual. He helped the villagers with their chores, tended to the sick, and walked the mountains quietly, unnoticed by most. But something in the air told him that today would be different. He felt it in his bones, a vibration like no other. The hum of the alien signal reached him before anyone else, and when he looked up, he saw it. The silver shape hovered above his village. It was enormous now, almost filling the sky. Its surface shifted, reflecting the mountains, the forests, and even Arman himself. It was beautiful and terrifying all at once. And then, as if recognizing him, a beam of light touched the ground near him. It was not hot. It was not harmful. It was inviting. Villagers screamed and ran. Livestock scattered. Yet Arman did not move. He stepped forward calmly, curiosity in his eyes. The beam seemed to scan him, circling slowly, studying every detail. He felt no fear, only an intense awareness, as if the alien wanted to understand what made him human. Back in the city, Dr. Malik watched the live feed from drones. He could not believe what he was seeing. The signals, the light, the perfect silence. This was no invasion. This was first contact. Something intelligent, something aware, something magnificent had arrived. And it had chosen one person to meet. The silver shape pulsed gently, then disappeared into the clouds. But the hum remained, lingering in the minds of those who had heard it. And one question hung in the air, heavier than fear or excitement. What did it want? The world had waited for proof of life beyond Earth. Now proof had arrived, and it had chosen to meet humanity's living God. And for the first time in history, the fate of mankind seemed connected to one person, and one visitor from the stars. The morning after the arrival, the world buzzed with questions. News outlets, social media, and governments were all in chaos. Everyone wanted to know what the silver shape wanted, but no one could reach it. It had vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared, leaving only the hum in the minds of those who had seen it. In the quiet village, Arman walked among the frightened villagers. They whispered about the sky, about light, about something beyond understanding. But Arman was calm. His eyes, sharp and steady, seemed to see beyond the clouds. He knew the visitor was still there, watching. Dr. Malik, thousands of miles away, monitored the alien signals from his lab. Each pulse carried patterns like a code. He had spent his life decoding signals from space, but this one was different. It was alive. It was thinking. And most importantly, it was reaching out, directly to Arman. That night the sky changed again. The stars seemed brighter, sharper, and the wind carried a soft vibration. The villagers noticed it first. Lights appeared on the mountaintops, dancing in ways that were impossible for humans to create. And then silently the silver shape returned. It hovered above the village, calm and immense. Its surface shifted like liquid metal, reflecting the mountains and the sky, almost as if it were breathing. The villagers hid, trembling, but Arman stepped forward. He could feel the intelligence behind those lights. It was studying him, learning, waiting. Then came the first communication. Not words, not sound, but images. The air around Arman shimmered, and a vision appeared before him. A galaxy spinning, stars colliding, worlds forming. And at the center of it, a figure, the alien itself. It did not speak, but Arman understood. Its thoughts were clear, like a gentle wind in his mind. We are travelers. We observe. We seek understanding. The villagers gasped, though Arman tried to calm them. They had heard of this man's wisdom, but now they witnessed it firsthand. He bowed slightly to the alien, not in fear but in respect. "I am Arman," he said simply. "You have come a long way. Why me?" A strange light pulsed around the alien. Images appeared. Earth in flames, wars that had never happened, technology beyond human comprehension, and life forms that defied imagination. It was showing him the possibilities of the universe and the dangers. Humanity is, young, the thought came into Arman's mind, fragile, but capable. You are different. We wish to know if you are ready. Ready for what? Arman asked aloud, though the alien already knew. The villagers huddled, unsure whether to flee or stay. Fear and awe mixed in their eyes. The alien extended what looked like a shimmering hand. A beam of soft blue light touched Arman's chest. It was not pain. It was knowledge, a flow of thoughts, visions, and emotions. Arman felt the weight of stars, the pull of galaxies, and the depth of life itself. He understood the alien's question. Could humanity survive the challenges of the universe? Back in the city, Dr. Malik could see the energy readings spike. The world had never witnessed anything like this. Governments debated military action, but drones sent to approach the village could not penetrate the alien's field. It was as if the ship had a mind of its own. Hours passed. The alien did not speak directly. Its presence was a lesson, a mirror. It showed Arman what humanity could be. Brilliant, compassionate, destructive, creative. Every choice, every action, every potential outcome flickered in his mind. And in that moment he realized the truth. The alien was testing him and testing humanity before it could truly meet the world. Then, as silently as it had come, the silver shape vanished again. The stars returned to normal. The wind calmed. The villagers emerged slowly, whispering among themselves. Arman stood in the center of the village, alone but changed. He could feel the knowledge of the universe in his chest, heavy yet empowering. Dr. Malik stared at the monitors. He knew one thing for certain. First contact had occurred, but it was only the beginning. The alien had not come to attack. It had come to understand. And in understanding it had chosen Arman, humanity's living god, to be its guide, its witness and perhaps the savior of the human race. And for the first time, the world felt the weight of something larger than itself, something beyond fear, beyond war, beyond imagination, something truly alive. The morning after the first contact, the village was quiet but tense. Word of the alien had spread like wildfire, and news crews, scientists, and government agents were gathering miles away. Yet Arman walked calmly among his people, as if nothing had changed. Inside, however, he felt the weight of the knowledge the alien had given him. Dr. Malik monitored the village from his lab. The alien's signals pulsed steadily, but this time they were different, more complex, more urgent. It was not just observing. It was sending a challenge. Arman sensed it before anyone else. That hum in the air, soft but insistent, wrapped around his mind. The alien wanted to see something, something only a human could provide. As he climbed a small hill at the edge of the village, Arman felt a strange pressure in his chest. The silver shape appeared again, hovering silently above him. Its surface shimmered like liquid metal, reflecting the sunrise. For a moment it seemed almost alive, breathing in the same rhythm as the world. Then the challenge began. A beam of light shot from the alien, circling the village, scanning every living thing. Arman stepped forward, feeling the alien's attention focus on him. The village held its breath. Livestock froze, trees seemed to sway slower, and even the wind felt hesitant. The alien's thoughts entered Arman's mind. Show us what humanity can do. Show us courage, wisdom, compassion. Prove that your kind is ready. Arman understood immediately. This was no simple test. The alien was measuring every human quality, intelligence, bravery, morality, and it expected him to lead. But how? How could one man show the worth of an entire species? At that moment, chaos erupted. A group of armed soldiers from a nearby city, believing the alien to be a threat, approached the village. They fired warning shots, trying to intimidate the ship, but the alien did not move in anger. Instead, it created a barrier of light, invisible but strong. Bullets stopped midair, then fell harmlessly to the ground. The soldiers froze, fear in their eyes. Arman saw this and realized the first part of the test: restraint. Humanity could be violent, but it could also control itself. He raised his hands and shouted for calm. Slowly the soldiers lowered their weapons. The villagers stepped forward to support him. Next, the alien shifted its focus. Images filled Arman's mind. Villages burning, people starving, wars spreading across continents. It was showing him humanity's worst choices, the destruction they had caused to themselves and the world. The alien wanted him to see it all, to feel it all. Arman felt the weight of every wrong decision humanity had ever made. He felt despair, anger, and regret. But he also saw kindness. Strangers helping each other, children sharing food, scientists working to save lives, communities rebuilding after disasters. The alien's challenge was clear. Could he prove that humans were capable of choosing the better path? Arman spoke aloud, not to the alien but to his people. We are flawed. We make mistakes. But we also care, we also create, and we also protect. Today we show that we can rise above fear and violence. The alien pulsed softly, a sound that vibrated through the mountains. A beam of light touched Arman's chest again. This time, instead of knowledge, it transferred understanding. He saw the potential for humanity, not perfection but growth. He saw what humans could become if they chose courage, wisdom, and compassion over fear and destruction. For hours, the test continued. Arman led the villagers in helping the injured, guiding the soldiers to stand down and demonstrating calm and unity. Every action, every decision was observed by the alien. Slowly, the hum in the air grew lighter, softer, almost approving. Then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the silver shape vanished. The sky returned to normal. The villagers breathed again, unsure whether the test had truly ended. Arman stood alone on the hill, exhausted but determined. He knew the alien's judgment had not been final. This was only the beginning. Back in the city, Dr. Malik watched the readings spike and then fade. He realized something important. The alien was not hostile. It was searching for proof that humanity was ready for something greater, a challenge only the bravest and wisest could face. And in the heart of that small village, Arman understood his role. He was not just a man. He was a symbol, a guide, and the bridge between humanity and something far beyond their understanding. The test had begun, and the universe was watching. The world had changed in a single day. News of the alien and Arman's encounter spread across the globe. Governments scrambled. People panicked. Scientists argued. And amidst it all, Arman remained calm in his village, carrying the weight of the alien's test. Dr. Malik watched the signals carefully. The alien's presence was growing stronger. It wasn't just observing now, it was warning. Images appeared in Arman's mind. Worlds destroyed, stars dying, civilizations collapsing. The alien's thoughts were clear. A cosmic threat was coming, one that humanity alone could not face. The message left no room for doubt. The alien had chosen Earth not to punish or conquer, but to prepare, and humanity had to make a choice: fight together or face certain destruction. Arman gathered the villagers and the few soldiers still near the mountain. "The alien is not our enemy," he told them. "It has shown us what is coming. We must act, but we cannot fight as divided humans. We must stand together." Outside the village, world leaders debated fiercely. Some wanted to attack the alien first, fearing it was a weapon. Others wanted to follow its guidance, hoping for survival. Scientists like Dr. Malik argued that humanity's survival depended on cooperation, not war. Meanwhile, Arman felt the alien's focus intensify. It sent visions again, showing him both destruction and hope. Cities burning, oceans rising, humans fighting each other. And then humans helping each other, risking everything to save strangers, using intelligence and courage to survive. The choice was clear to him. Humanity could fail if it clung to fear and hatred. But if it chose unity, it could rise beyond its limits. Arman knew what he had to do. He stood on a hill before the village and spoke aloud, his voice carrying over the fields. "We cannot fight this alone. We cannot act in anger or fear. We must unite, every person, every city, every nation. If we work together, we can survive what is coming. If we do not, we will fail." The villagers listened, captivated. Even the soldiers lowered their weapons. Word spread quickly through nearby towns and villages. Slowly people began to believe, slowly they began to act. Dr. Malik watched in awe. He realized Arman was doing what no scientist or leader could. Inspiring hope and courage. Humanity's living God was not giving orders. He was guiding, showing them their own strength. The alien's light returned, not threatening but encouraging. It pulsed with energy, as if acknowledging Arman's choice. The message was clear. The alien had chosen to trust humanity, through him. Yet the challenge was far from over. From the signals, Dr. Malik detected massive energy waves moving toward Earth, a cosmic storm of unimaginable power, capable of destroying cities, continents, perhaps even the planet itself. The alien's warning was not just a test. It was a race against time. Arman moved quickly, organizing teams in the village to help the injured secure resources and prepare for evacuation if needed. But he did more than that. He sent messages to nearby towns, urging cooperation and calm. He inspired scientists to share knowledge and strategies, soldiers to protect civilians, and ordinary people to work together rather than fight each other. Every action mattered. The alien's test had evolved from observing one man to observing humanity as a whole. And for the first time, humans acted not out of fear or greed, but with purpose, courage, and unity. The cosmic threat drew closer. The sky darkened in strange patterns, the wind carrying a vibration no one could explain. And yet for the first time, humanity did not panic. They acted together. They trusted Arman. They trusted themselves. From the mountaintop, Arman looked at the horizon. He felt the alien's presence surround him. Its thoughts were gentle now, full of hope and expectation. He realized that the alien had given them a gift, the chance to prove that humans were capable of greatness. The world was watching. And humanity had a choice, fear and destruction, or courage and unity. The sky shimmered with energy, signaling the arrival of the cosmic threat. But this time humanity was ready to face it, guided by Arman, the living God, and the mysterious visitor from the stars. The test was almost over. But the final challenge, the awakening of humanity, that was about to begin. The cosmic threat loomed closer. Dark clouds twisted unnaturally above the earth, carrying energy waves that could wipe out entire cities. The oceans churned, and the winds screamed across continents. Humanity had never faced anything like this. Panic and fear spread, but not everywhere. In the small village, Arman stood on the mountaintop looking at the sky. He felt the alien's presence stronger than ever. Its thoughts flowed into his mind. The moment of truth has come. Humanity must rise. Arman raised his hands, calling the villagers, soldiers, and volunteers together. "This is not just about us," he shouted. "It is about everyone, every nation, every city, every life. If we act together, we can survive. If we fight alone, we will fall." The alien's ship reappeared, hovering above the village, shining like a silver sun. But this time it did not shine to intimidate. It shone to guide. Beams of light stretched across the earth, reaching cities, oceans, and deserts, carrying knowledge and instructions. Humanity suddenly had the tools to fight back: energy shields, advanced strategies, and a deeper understanding of the universe. Dr. Malik monitored everything, realizing that humans were coordinating on a global scale. Nations once divided by politics and greed were now working together. Engineers, scientists, and leaders shared knowledge instantly. Civilians followed instructions to help evacuate vulnerable areas. Even soldiers laid down their differences and protected each other. Arman felt a strange warmth in his chest. This was the awakening. The moment humanity realized it was more than individuals. It was a collective force capable of greatness. He guided the villagers to activate the shields around the mountains. The aliens' energy flowed into their devices, strengthening humanity's defenses. The cosmic threat arrived fully. Massive energy storms, glowing waves of destruction that swept across the planet. Lightning-like arcs jumped between cities, and oceans rose violently. Yet humanity stood firm. The shields held. Communities worked together. People sacrificed and persevered, but they did not give in to fear. Arman felt the alien's thoughts again. "You have learned. You are ready." The alien pulsed light across the globe, synchronizing humanity's defenses. Every mind, every heart, every effort worked as one. For the first time, humans acted not as scattered individuals, but as a single, united species. Hours passed. The storms began to weaken, the dark clouds receding. Slowly, sunlight broke through, illuminating the battered but surviving cities and villages. Humanity had survived the impossible, not because of weapons or power or luck, but because they had chosen unity, courage, and compassion. The villagers cheered. Soldiers hugged civilians. Scientists smiled, tears running down their faces. And at the center of it all, Arman stood quietly, feeling the weight of what had just happened. Humanity had been tested, and they had risen to the challenge. The alien ship pulsed one final time. It hovered over the village, then sent a beam of light directly to Arman. This time it left a gift, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that would guide humanity for generations. Then, just as silently as it had arrived, the alien disappeared, leaving only a faint shimmer in the sky. Dr. Malik watched in awe. Humanity had not only survived, but it had awakened to its potential. Conflict still existed, but the world had learned that unity, courage, and wisdom could triumph over the greatest threat imaginable. In the village, Arman looked at the horizon. The mountains were scarred, the forest shaken, but life endured. And in that moment he realized something profound. Humanity's journey had just begun. They were no longer just humans living on Earth. They were a species capable of reaching for the stars, capable of greatness. The villagers gathered around him. They did not see him as a god, but as a guide, someone who had shown them what humans could become. Arman smiled. The alien had tested him, but in testing humanity it had also awakened them. And somewhere beyond the stars the alien watched silently, knowing that Earth had changed forever. Humanity had faced the impossible, chosen the better path, and survived. They were no longer merely Earth's inhabitants. They were ready to meet the universe as equals. The sky cleared. The sun shone. The winds calmed. And for the first time humans looked up at the stars not with fear, but with hope, courage, and wonder. Humanity had awakened.